Ever pondered what your body might be trying to tell you about how long you plan to live? Are there any unspoken indicators that indicate if your health is already deteriorating or if you will remain robust and busy for years to come? Consider 275-year-old males. Even though John gets up early and walks vigorously every morning, he still feels energized. David, who is the same age, is losing his independence, feels exhausted all the time, and suffers with every step. He also clings to railings. Why the difference? Although they were born in the same time period, one is doing well while the other is struggling to make ends meet. Are there definite signs that can tell you how long you'll live, or is it simply luck? I'll share with you today 7 indicators that have been shown by science to predict life expectancy after the age of 70. These are not conjectures or myths. They may help you live a longer, healthier life and are supported by research. The surprising portion comes next. The 5th sign could fundamentally alter your way of life from now on. Some of these signs may surprise you, so stay with me through to the end. Above all, they will demonstrate that longevity is not solely determined by chance. You have the ability to affect it. Let's begin with the first important sign now. The first sign is walking pace. First, let's do a quick test. Get up, take 10 steps, and record your time. What was the duration? Here's the startling reality now. One of the best indicators of your life expectancy is your walking pace. Why walking speed is important. Although it might seem like a minor issue, studies have shown that seniors who walk more slowly than 2 feet per second are more likely to die young than those who move quickly. Why? Because walking is more than just movement. Your general health, heart health, circulation, muscle strength, and even brain health are all reflected in it. Because a slower pace might reveal underlying health issues before they become serious. Doctors refer to this as the 6th vital sign. It may indicate that your body is losing muscular mass, having trouble with circulation, or perhaps going through an early stage of neurological decline if your walking pace has significantly decreased during the last several years. A story about Joe and Frank, 2 men. Let's compare 2 75-year-old males, Joe and Frank. Joe has always tried to keep himself active. He enjoys mild strength training, goes for a morning brisk walk, and leads a generally healthy lifestyle. He walks with confidence, his steps are firm, and his posture is straight. He has no trouble keeping up with his grandchildren, going large distances or climbing stairs. He rarely gets tired and continues to be self-sufficient and busy. Conversely, Frank used to be active but has since slowed down considerably. He becomes tired easily, moves more hesitantly, and takes fewer steps. He finds it difficult to keep up with others, avoids stairs, and requires frequent rests. His legs become weak and he loses his balance when he walks for extended periods of time. What distinguishes them? Frank's deteriorating mobility is a warning sign for more serious health problems, whereas Joe maintains his walking pace and muscular strength. How to increase your walking speed? The good news? At any age, you can increase your walking speed and general mobility. Here's how. Every day, walk a bit further. Over time, even quick strolls pile up. Simple workouts like leg lifts, toe raises, and squats can help you strengthen your legs. Whenever possible, use the stairs rather than the elevator. To maintain your equilibrium, do some balancing exercises. Remain constant. Movement for just 15 to 30 minutes a day can have a significant impact. There are other ways to measure longevity than walking pace. Did you know that your lifespan can also be predicted by the strength of your hands? Let's go on to the 2nd sign, which may surprise you. The 2nd sign, strength of grip. Take a look at this easy test. Now, try this for a moment. Squeeze your hand into a fist, screw off a bottle cap, or open a jar of pickles. Does it feel more difficult now than it did before? Do your hands seem weaker or more worn out than they used to be? If so, hand strength isn't the only factor at play here. It's a red flag for your longevity and general health. Why grip strength is important. One of the best indicators of your life expectancy is the strength of your grip. Seniors who have a weaker grasp are actually more likely to have chronic sickness, lose their mobility, and even die young, according to studies. This is the reason. Losing grip strength is frequently a sign of sarcopenia, a condition in which your entire body's muscular mass is being lost. Reduced mobility, a slower rate of recuperation from illness, and an increased risk of falls are all consequences of weaker muscles. A handshake is associated with a higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and even cognitive impairment, according to studies. A wake-up call, Walter's tale. 78-year-old Walter was once powerful and self-sufficient. However, he lately became aware of something disturbing. He used to unscrew jar lids with ease, but now he found it difficult. Grocery bags felt more heavy than previously. His hands became fatigued even just holding a coffee cup for extended periods of time. He initially disregarded it, supposing it was simply age. But the truth came to light during a visit from a doctor. He was at danger for major health issues because his deteriorating grip strength was an indication of general muscle atrophy. How to improve your health and your grip. The finest aspect? At any age, grip weakness can be reversed. Here's how. Make use of a stress ball. To increase endurance, squeeze it for 10 to 15 seconds at a time. Try using hand grippers. They are inexpensive, efficient, and simple to use on a regular basis. Raise little weights. Strengthening can be achieved even with small dumbbells or everyday objects like canned goods. Engage in useful activities. You can keep your hands healthy by gardening, carrying groceries, and even wringing out a wet towel. Next up is a much easier longevity test. Two strong predictors of longevity are walking speed and grip strength. However, what if assessing your future health could be done even more simply? The 10-second test that could determine how long you'll remain autonomous is up next. The third sign is your capacity for equilibrium. This 10-second test. Can you pass? Try this out for a moment. Try to maintain your balance for 10 seconds after getting up and raising one foot off the ground. Are you able to do it? Or do you feel unsteady and need to hold on to anything for balance? It may be an indication of deteriorating health if you have trouble staying steady. Why longevity depends on balance. Being unbalanced is more than simply a hassle. It is a significant risk factor for fractures, falls, and possibly premature death. According to studies, seniors who experience balance issues are far more likely to see a decline in their mobility, be admitted to the hospital, and live shorter lives. This is the reason. Our reflexes, coordination, and muscle strength all naturally deteriorate with aging. However, for some, this occurs more quickly than it ought to. Loss of balance frequently indicates joint stiffness, deteriorating core strength, and possibly early neurological problems. Falling is the leading cause of injury-related mortality among seniors, with 1 in 4 persons over 65 falling each year. Nancy's tale of a straightforward fall altered everything. Before she began to notice minor balance problems, Nancy, 72, was leading an active life. When getting out of bed, there was first a little unsteadiness. She then fractured her wrist after tripping over a rug and falling. She needed a cane to walk securely after 2 years. Losing balance, according to her doctor, is a precursor to circulation problems, cognitive decline, and muscle weakening. How to safeguard your freedom while enhancing your balance. The good news? Any age can benefit from balance training and improvement. Here's how. Practice standing on one leg. For 10 to 15 seconds at a time, try standing on one foot. Include Tai Chi or yoga. These low-impact workouts enhance coordination and build stronger stabilizing muscles. Step on uneven ground. Soft paths, sand, or grass teach your body to adjust and respond fast. Make your core stronger. Easy workouts like seated leg lifts or heel-to-toe walking can have a significant impact. Your life may be being shortened by your lack of sleep. Your sleep quality is another important aspect that might subtly shorten your longevity, even if you have excellent balance. Your heart, brain, and even your chance of developing a chronic condition may be impacted by poor sleep. Now let's explore why. Sign number 4. Regularity in the quality of sleep. Bill versus Henry. Sleep's power. 2 75-year-old males will be compared. Henry follows a regular sleep schedule, sleeping for 7 to 8 hours every night, and wakes up feeling rejuvenated and invigorated. He maintains an active lifestyle, has good heart health, and rarely suffers from brain fog. Bill, however, has trouble falling asleep. He wakes up several times on some nights and tosses and turns on others. He sleeps less than 6 hours a night on average, feels worn out during the day, and gets angry easily. His immune system deteriorates, his blood pressure increases, and his memory deteriorates over time. The science. Why a lack of sleep shortens life. Numerous studies attest that inadequate sleep poses a serious health risk in addition to being an annoyance. Less than 6 hours of sleep a night increases the risk of heart disease by 30%, increases the chance of dementia and memory loss, and weakens the immune system, making people over 90 more susceptible to infection. Why? Because your body heals itself while you sleep. It is necessary for hormonal balance, muscle repair, preventing weakness and frailty, brain detoxification, removing toxins that lead to cognitive loss, and controlling stress, appetite, and metabolism. How to lengthen your life and get better sleep. The good news? You can take charge of your sleep. To prevent blue light disturbance, turn off screens at least an hour before bed. In the evening, stay away from large meals and coffee as they can keep you wired. Even on the weekends, maintain a consistent sleep routine to help you manage your body clock. Establish a calming nighttime routine. Listen to relaxing music, read, or practice meditation. The most important indicator that you cannot overlook is your nutrition. Here's the problem, though. Your health is at risk even if you get enough sleep if you're not eating the correct nutrients. Let's discuss how your eating habits and hunger can tell you more about how long you'll live than you may realize. Your eating habits are the fifth indicator. Margaret versus Susan. The influence of nutrition on longevity. Imagine two 74-year-old women. Eating healthily has always been important to Margaret. She eats whole cereals, lean meats, and fresh vegetables. She maintains a regular eating schedule and consumes a lot of water. She has a bright mind, good vitality, and strong muscles as a result. But Susan's interest in food has gradually diminished. She frequently forgets to drink water, skips meals, and eats processed snacks instead. She observes that she is growing weaker, tired, and more forgetful over time. These alterations appear to be slight at first. However, as the months go by, Susan experiences mobility issues, recurrent illnesses, and deteriorating mental clarity, whereas Margaret continues to be active and independent. How eating poorly can shorten your life. The fuel you feed your body powers it, and the repercussions mount swiftly when that fuel is subpar. Muscle loss results from eating processed foods and skipping meals, making ordinary tasks more difficult, such as carrying groceries or standing up. Impaired immunological response, heightened susceptibility to infections, and delayed recuperation. Cognitive deterioration, since dementia and memory loss are associated with inadequate diet. Increased fragility, which increases the risk of injuries and falls. According to an important scientific study, older persons who eat a diet high in nutrients live far longer and are less likely to acquire chronic conditions like osteoporosis, diabetes, and heart issues. The answer? Give your body fuel to live a longer, more robust life. The good news? This is something you can alter today. Consume foods high in protein, such as fish, poultry, beans, and nuts, to keep your muscles strong and avoid becoming feeble. Include berries, leafy greens, and vibrant veggies to strengthen immunity and safeguard brain health. Be sure to stay hydrated. Dehydration raises the risk of falls by causing weariness, disorientation, and lightheadedness. Steer clear of processed foods and too much sugar, as these can hasten inflammation and aging. The silent killer that has the power to destroy all of your good habits is about to appear. Chronic stress can shorten your life expectancy and harm your body even if you eat healthily. Let's move on to how your lifespan may be predicted by your capacity to cope with stress. The sixth sign. How you manage stress. Richard versus John. Two distinct routes. Consider two 76-year-old males. After waking up and taking a deep breath, John goes for a quick walk to start his morning. Whether it's reading a book, drinking tea, or listening to his favorite music, he relishes little moments of tranquility. He has learned to focus on what makes him happy and let go of things that are beyond his control. Richard, however, worries about money, health, and the future all the time. His thoughts are constantly racing. At night, he tosses and turns, reliving his past errors and dreading the future. His energy is exhausted, his body feels rigid, and his health is beginning to suffer as a result of his stress. These distinctions appear minor at first, yet they eventually produce two entirely different results. John is still fit, energetic, and intelligent. Richard suffers from a compromised immune system, high blood pressure, and regular headaches. The science? Your life may be shortened by ongoing stress. Stress is more than simply a feeling. Your body is weakened by this physical condition. Heightened inflammation, a major contributing factor to heart disease, arthritis, and even Alzheimer's disease. Chronic inflammation is brought on by elevated cortisol levels caused by stress. Compromised immune system. Chronically stressed people are more likely to get sick and recover more slowly. Accelerated aging. According to studies, those who experience high levels of stress age more quickly and have shorter lives than people who properly manage their stress. According to a Harvard study, those who manage stress well tend to live longer, experience fewer cardiac issues, and retain more mental clarity. Easy methods for lowering stress and extending life. The good news? You can start managing your stress right now. Get your body moving. Your body's natural stress relievers, endorphins, are released when you walk, practice yoga, or even perform some little stretching. Spend 10 minutes by yourself. Resetting your stress levels can be achieved by taking a mental vacation, whether it be through deep breathing, meditation, or music listening. Pay attention to what you can manage. Give up worrying about the past and the future. Pay attention to the here and now. Keep in touch. Speaking with a friend or loved one can immediately reduce tension and provide solace. The last and most unexpected longevity predictor is about to be revealed. One important element still affects how long relationships last, even if you manage stress, eat healthily, and exercise. We'll then explain why your social network may be your most effective life extension technique. The seventh sign is your social network. Barbara versus Eleanor, a story of two lives. Introducing Barbara and Eleanor, both 78 years old. Eleanor has a purpose when she gets up every morning. She calls her grandchildren frequently, goes to a book group once a week, and enjoys going out for coffee with friends. She continues to be involved in life and volunteers at a community center in the area. Barbara, however, is by herself most of the time. She used to be quite gregarious, but as time went on, she distanced herself from her loved ones. Her days now seem lonely, monotonous, and empty. Although their lives might not appear to differ much at first, data indicates that Eleanor is more likely than Barbara to live a longer and better life. The science. Why life might be shortened by loneliness. Feeling alone is only one aspect of social isolation. It has an impact on your physical wellness. Increased chance of depression. Seniors who have less social ties are much more likely to experience anxiety and sadness, according to studies. Higher chance of developing heart disease. Heart issues, chronic inflammation, and elevated blood pressure have all been connected to loneliness. Deterioration in cognition. Alzheimer's and other types of dementia are more likely to develop in people who don't often engage with others. According to a Harvard study on longevity, neither food nor exercise was the best indicator of living a long and fulfilling life. It was interpersonal connections. Strong social links actually extended life expectancy by up to 10 years compared to socially isolated people. Quiet loneliness's concealed threat. Loneliness is not always evident. Many elderly people aren't even aware that their isolation has been growing over time. Even if you may still speak with your family over the phone, when was the last time you felt a genuine connection to someone? Feelings of loneliness can appear in subtle ways. You don't engage with others in a meaningful way for whole days. Because you don't want to bother your old pals, you are reluctant to get in touch with them. Instead of having genuine interactions, you find yourself watching TV more. The majority of the time, you decline invitations. The issue? Reconnecting becomes more difficult the more alone you get. It turns into a vicious cycle that is more difficult to end. How to improve your relationships with others, even if you live alone. You may maintain social engagement in a way that suits your lifestyle, even if you're naturally shy. Make a little attempt to get back in touch. To stay in touch, give an old friend a call, arrange a lunch date, or even just send a quick text. Join a club or group. Joining a neighborhood group, senior exercise class, or reading club on a regular basis keeps your mind and soul engaged. Offer your time. In addition to being beneficial to the community, helping others has been shown to increase longevity and happiness. Maintain communication with your family. Emotional ties are strengthened when you try to interact with children, grandchildren, or family members, even if you don't see them frequently. Get a pet. According to studies, taking care of a pet can boost physical activity, reduce stress, and offer companionship. Stay connected by using technology. If you find it impossible to meet in person, you can still maintain ties through video chats, internet forums, or even social media. In the end, the secret to longevity is connection. Humans are wired for connection, science indicates, and relationships become increasingly more crucial as we get older. Good social ties lower stress, strengthen the heart, and even prevent cognitive decline. Rebuilding relationships is something you can do at any time. Your well-being can be positively impacted for a long time by even reaching out to one person today. The most crucial decision you can make today is about to happen. What are you going to do now that you are aware of these 7 potent indicators of longevity? We'll demonstrate in the last part how making minor adjustments now can result in a longer, happier, and healthier future. Which of these indicators best describes you? Give it some thought. What percentage of these 7 indicators do you see in yourself? Are you sleeping soundly, walking with strength, and keeping a pleasant attitude? Have you observed any places where minor adjustments could result in a longer, healthier lifespan? Your story counts, so share your opinions. Everybody's path is unique, and your story might encourage or benefit someone else. Post your thoughts in the comments section below. Which of these indicators caught you off guard? For a healthier future, what is one adjustment you are making today? Take charge of your health. Get started right away. Don't keep this movie to yourself if it was beneficial. If you would like to see more stuff like this, please hit like. To ensure you don't miss any crucial updates, subscribe and enable notifications. If you know someone who could use these insights, share this video with them. You have control over your health. Every little step matters. We'll see you in the future video, so stay informed and strong.